Welcome to The Lock Shop with Nielson and Hustler.
All right, it's 11:03. You are listening to or watching The Lock Shop. Thank you very much for being here on a Thursday. We got Thursday Night Football tonight. We'll definitely get into that. I'm Dustin Nielson. We'll have Huss from Winnipeg Sports Talk. I know he was a little bit banged up yesterday. He hasn't texted me today, so he should be good to go. We'll get to this. We'll get to a hockey game tonight. We'll get to the full slate in the National Hockey League tonight. We got one EST special already up on the board, and that would be our early bird bet of the day. We hit it yesterday. We hit it the day before. We're trying to go 3 days in a row on the early bird bet. It is our EST special, and it's plus 126. Connor McDavid with an assist. Evan Bouchard with the point. Last night, it was a McDavid assist and Hyman with the point. We managed to cash that pretty early. Hopefully, we can do the same with this one tonight. And even if they lose, it doesn't matter because it still cashes. Go to playalberta.ca. I do see a little pop-up on playalberta.ca right now that says it's an app-only offer. So I guess go to the app and you'll see it. But you can score some free bets on Buffalo and Houston tonight. Anyway, go check that out. I don't have all the details, but it looks like it's an app-only offer. So if you do not have the Play Alberta app downloaded just yet, download the app. You'll probably see that offer pop up, and you can get in a little bit of bonus stuff on Houston and Buffalo tonight. We always talk about our EST specials page over at Play Alberta, but they've always got odds boost every day, daily specials every single day as well. So you can check those out. Use the code EST50, deposit 50, get a $50 free bet. And then for this month, Reloaded EST Sports, deposit 50, get $50 free bet, and EST Casino Reloaded as well. So you can use that one again as well. Let's see here. Just looking at some specials that they've got already. Capitals at Habs, Ovechkin and Chychrun each with 4 shots or more. That's plus 560. Leon Draisaitl with a goal, 4 shots, and the Oilers to win. Bold move, Play Alberta. Bold move. Oilers to win, Draisaitl goal, and 4 shots or more, plus 590. So you can find that. Those are the NHL daily specials. What do we got for, let's see here, NFL specials tonight. James Cook, Josh Allen, anytime touchdowns for each of them, and Buffalo Houston over 46.5. That's plus 560. Davis Mills to go 250 or more and 2 passing touchdowns, and the Texans to cover the 5.5 is plus 760. That's an interesting one. Jaden Higgins, 25 yards. Chubb, 25 yards. Texans to win, 9-1. And then there's a bunch of odds boosts over there as well. And let's see, what do we got? Oilers-related odds boosts. Goal scored in the first 10 minutes, and the Oilers to just win the second period straight up, plus 460. The race to 2 goals. Total goals is Edmonton. How about this one? First team to score 2, but the game to come in under 7.5. That's plus 210 on the Oilers game tonight as well. We'll put some stuff together. Big slate usually on a Thursday in the National Hockey League. We got the Thursday nighter we can dive into as now. We can find all that over at playalberta.ca. VR Montenegro says EST50 is reloaded as well. So that's good. Hydro over in the chat says, "Hi, Dusty. We buy the large bag of frozen chicken tenders at Costco occasionally. Are they a staple in your household?" No. I mean, my wife goes to Costco sometimes, but we've never got the tendies from Costco. I'll have to try it. Good. Chat's hopping today. That's great. Thank you very much for being here. Reed Wilkins is even chiming in on the Lock Shop today. Says, take the over in the Oilers game, the way they're hemorrhaging scoring chances against. That's good, too. Let's bring in old green screen Huss today. I might have some fun with that as we work our way through the show. Don't worry, Huss. Leave it there. I'll put you at 7-Eleven as we work our way through the show today. What's up, man? How you doing?
Maybe Hooters, wherever you like.
Good idea. Let me work on that. How you feeling?
Look at Reed. Reed's been all over the place. Reed popped in with you on the morning show.
Yeah.
I was tuned in this morning for a while. Great. Lots of fun in the AM. I was surprised you guys were as upbeat as you were, considering what transpired last night with the hockey team, and of course, Reed in the afternoon. And we've got. I'm pumped for the lock shop. By the way, shout out to Iwanek for covering yesterday. Man, you know how it is. Like, you get sick, and like with this gig, like when we're just talking nonstop, I had a impossible attack, and I was just afraid it was going to just completely deep six the entire show. So I appreciate the man of many talents, COO Matthew Iwanek, popping into the lock shop. It was great to see Iwanek actually out in the Peg on the weekend. He had a good time running through Grey Cup.
Yeah, he had a really good time. He took in the festival. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. He had a really good time yesterday. So I'm glad you're back, buddy. I thought maybe you'd be down a little bit longer, but look at you. When you have great, finely tuned bodies like you and I, you can only keep us down for so long.
Well, this is the thing. I figure that I've been training my entire life for things like Grey Cup.
Yeah.
See, what I think the problem was, and I'd be interested, I'm sure there's some other folks that are like this as well. That Blue Jays run was, I mean, a 2-week bender for so many people. Like, I mean, the games were so fun, and like they're back-to-back games. You know, you go through all those series, and it took a toll on a lot of people. And then, you know, coming into hosting the Grey Cup with everything that was in and around it, and the onslaught of colder weather and everything like that, it just, I don't know. I get sick once or twice a year. I usually don't miss any time, but it has been a challenge. Hey, quick Tendy question.
Yeah,
because I had a bunch of buddies that were in on the weekend, and we were down at Confusion Corner, and they were hitting the tendies. I would actually put the Confusion Corner tendies maybe above the ENCs on the power pole.
First of all, that sounds ridiculous to me, but I will say at the party, they were bringing around the little mini tendies.
Yes. I mean,
pretty good. Pretty good.
So
I'll say it was pretty good.
That's the one thing. Like, I think that place is about 22 years in. Kevin, the guy that owns and runs it now, has basically been there for 20 or 21 of them. But when it opened, the very first thing they did was crank out those tendies, and that they have not touched them. It is the exact same recipe since they make them right there, and they are so good. So anyways, the guys were loving them, but it was also like, these are Ontario guys. They had not been introduced to the honey dill.
Oh,
and the honey dill sauce, which is essentially a staple. I mean, if you go anywhere in Winnipeg and order chicken tenders, I would suggest that at this point now in 2025, 85 to 90% will be default. Honey dill will be the dip. I mean, some places, you know, you'll have a honey mustard, you'll have a couple other things, but that is the one thing. And it really isn't in a lot of places. So I was telling Pat, I'm like, well, hey, if you guys like it so much. And they pulled a full Nielsen. I think we were there 3 different times, and it was tendies every single time.
Of course it was.
For the group. But they ended up, I said, hey, you listen, when you get to the airport and when you go through security, there's like some, I don't know what it's called. It's like a local shop where they've got a lot of local things. I can see the look on your face how you may have missed this. You can get the jar of honey dill once you go through security, so you can stick it in your bag and bring it home.
See, now I looked for that. I've been told about this. I looked for it. I couldn't find it to save my life. I don't know where it was. There's that big store right when you go in, it's on the right, and they got like a bunch of maple syrups and stuff in there. And I was looking in there, and I couldn't see it anywhere.
Once you're through security?
Yeah. Once I'm through security, there's like a big sort of store on the right where you can get magazines and chocolate bars and stuff and drinks. And I thought for sure it would be in there because I know they've got like a bunch of like different syrups and Canadian kind of stuff. And I was like, it's got to be in here. And I couldn't find it to save my life, buddy.
Yeah. It is there. There's a couple kinds.
Damn it.
And they roll through it. So anyways, yes, for any people that are traveling in and out of Winnipeg and you want to grab the honey dill sauce, it is available at the airport in jars. And our pals in Ontario are chowing down on it right now. What was the final total for orders at ENC?
21. I had 21 total tendies over the 5.5 days. I had 3 full orders of 5, 2 kid size orders of 3. So 15 plus 6 more, 21 tendies. Usually with the full 5, it would be 2 orders of honey dill. So when Awanik tells me, I was like, hey, what'd you do Monday? He goes, well, we did go to the Elephant and Castle because I had to try the tendies. By the way, House, I got you in front of a Hooters now. And it looks pretty good.
Beauty.
So he tries the tendies. He goes, yeah, the tendies were good. He goes, but that honey dill sauce is absolutely unbelievable. I said, I know. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I've been trying to import and start selling from our EST shop online. I love it. Right away, he's like, those tendies. I said, thank you. Now it's justified. Somebody here in Edmonton knows what's up, knows what I'm talking about.
Maybe we'll have to, maybe we'll do a WST EST collab and we'll just start cranking out honey dill and bring it to the people of Alberta.
I swear to God, man, I had somebody trying to do it. And I had my buddy Potsy. Potsy's a lock shopper. You know Potsy. He tried to make a couple of versions of it for me, and it was close, but it wasn't the one. I think Christian in Winnipeg brought me one of those ones from Manitoba when he came out to the Nasty Bash. It was pretty much it, but it still tasted a bit different than being there in person.
For sure. And I think that one is listen, there's a few different versions of it. At the end of the day, the main ingredients, it's all about getting the perfect mix. And we'll have to get in the lab, Dusty. That'll be that's a lock shop resolution. We'll just call it lock shop sauce.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. What's that? That's actually just a really good honey deal, but we call it the lock shop sauce. I got time for that. Let's keep moving along on that one, I think.
Northside Sandwich. Thanks for that Jets parlay win the other night, Huss. Yeah, that was a beauty. A same gamer, 12-1 or 11-1, depending on what time you got.
And you weren't around yesterday, but we also hit the Hawks Sharks parlay.
Yeah, oh, listen.
You're hitting it, right? Come on. That was a little bit closer than I thought because you texted me when they were up 2-0. And then I saw it go to overtime. I was like, damn you, Huss.
Yeah, no, you got to be. Listen, the Sharks going to OT. Big Mac's going to get it done. Or maybe he's Little Mac. I guess Big Mac would be Nathan McKinnon.
That's probably fair.
Hey, while we're talking about this right now, where are you at on the Olympic team right now? I think we all agree that Celebrini's on. Bedard is playing. It's going to be pretty hard to keep him off.
We had Chris Johnston on yesterday because he had tweeted out a picture of the top 4 scorers in the league, right? And it was McKinnon, Celebrini, McDavid, and Bedard. So we had him on. He tweeted out half hour before he came on. I said, well, let's just start there. Let's talk about this. These guys, these 2 young guys. And he goes, he said at the beginning of the season, he was kind of thinking that there might be room for one of them. He says he's pretty sure right now there would be room for one of them, but can they find room for 2 of them on that team? And I'm like, well, these are top end talent guys. And I understand that, you're going to want the Hagels and maybe the Tom Wilsons and those types of guys on the team to play a different role, Huss. And I know there's still a lot of time for Bedard and Celebrini in their careers to be there in the Olympics. I think they're both, the play of both of them right now is certainly justifying a decision to have them both on the team. But it wouldn't surprise me if one or the other is on the squad. I wouldn't want to have to be the team that the guys making that decision. Now the rosters are a bit more expanded than 4 nations, correct?
Yeah. There'll be 15 forwards.
Okay. 15 forwards. You're playing 12. Why would you not bring them to have them? And if not, they're around the team for the future of, that seems to make sense to me.
Well, to me, listen, for my team, Celebrini's in the top 12. He's playing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's so good at both ends of the ice too.
That's the thing. He's like a little mini Crosby. So he's in and he's going to play. And I think he'll be good. Bedard's interesting. because Bedard's certainly a bit more of a one-dimensional player. That dimension's pretty damn good, though. He's not a guy that I think you'd see killing penalties or things like that. And, you are making a team, and you need to have players to play in all situations. I mean, you're not just taking the top 15 scorers. But I think that's why Celebrini, to me, is a lock, and Bedard, to me, is more of a bubble guy. And listen, he's not as experienced. That's not his fault. We know the way Hockey Canada operates. And like right now, it's sort of like if you were on the Four Nations team, you're sort of on the team and you're either off or someone catches you. I mean, do you think Brad Marchand's going to be on the team? And do you think he should be on the team?
I think we've probably milked what we need to milk out of Brad Marchand, but I bet you he's on the team.
There's a bunch of things that he can do. The guy that I think is not going to be on is probably Mark Stone. I mean, Stone's been hurt since October, first of all, so he hasn't been playing. And I love Mark Stone. He's a Winnipeg guy. I mean, the guy has won gold medals. He's won a cup. He's arguably one of the best defensive players in the league. I do wonder about his speed for a tournament like this. And I don't think he was like really, hugely impactful in the Four Nations, from what I recall. So
what about Travis Konechny? There's a guy that you could take off to get one of these guys on, right? Like
Sorelli, Hagel. I mean, but those guys are John Cooper's guys, and he's going to probably want them and want to lean on them at times. So, I'll say this: Mark Scheifele, was another one of those guys.
Oh yeah, Scheifele. He wasn't even on that team. Yeah.
Bedard area. And with like what he's done so far this year, I'd say he certainly deserves to be on it. But until we actually see that roster put up, we will.
There was some Olympic team related news today. Matthew Schaefer was added to the group of players who are under the Olympic drug testing protocol. Essentially, he's entered that pool of Olympic drug testing. See, I mean, he looks like a franchise defenseman. Like you can watch him right now. You're like, this guy is going to lead the Islanders places, playoffs, etc. over the next couple of years. Do you throw an 18-year-old on the Olympic team?
We'll see. I don't know whether he's in the top 6, but I think it would be a no-brainer to have him on the team. Because if guys get hurt, he absolutely can play. And I think he's going to be, it's sort of like Doughty back in the 2010 Olympics. Now, he, I think, was 21 at the time, maybe. Like, he was a little bit older than Schaefer. But, dude, Schaefer is so good. I mean, in his first week in the NHL, he was playing 7 minutes more than everybody else in his position on his team. He hasn't slowed up at all. I've got a lot of time for Schaefer, and not just because as I pull up my open bets, this is one of my favorite futures I've ever had. 17-1 to win the Calder. And he's now, I heard today people saying that the Calder race is over and the Norris race is over already. 20 games in.
Just done and done.
Stay healthy, they got to play. But it is pretty wild that, he is such a favorite. I don't know if you got a Calder number there. I'll see if I can find one. I think at the last time I saw, it was around, minus 230.
Oh my God.
From 17
to 1 to minus 230.
I mean, the only guy, like basically it's a 2-horse race. You got Schaefer at minus 230, Demidov at plus 275, and Demidov's amazing. And then it's 35-1 for Seneca, 50s for Boyum, Askarov, Wood, Jimmy Snuggerud, 75-1, Ryan Leonard, 100-1. Ryan Leonard scored a nice one last night. Well, if you're a Caps fan, I'm sure that one. Well, I
can say that goal didn't go over too well, Huss. I mean, for a couple of different reasons. One, first of all, Bouchard. I mean, you can't get knocked off the puck Like, you can't go try to defend somebody. Bruce Boudreau was on our show this morning. He goes, it looked like Ryan Leonard just said, get out of my way. And Bouchard was like, okay.
Okay.
And then
Bruce was amazing this morning, by the way.
Buddy, he's so good. And he just loves talking wrestling. And did you hear what he said about why he's going to fight Gunther? Did you hear this today? So yeah, he's like, well, he's a dick. And I think that's good. So yeah, it's funny because we'll wrap up. We'll go like 20 minutes with Bruce. We'll wrap up. And then he sits there like in the green room after and watches like 5 more minutes of the show, just sits there and giggles the whole time. Like he's too good. He's the best.
Just keep him on for the other 5.
Well, I know we might as well just keep him for an hour every single Thursday. Like that'd be great.
Is that when he's on? I'm going to put a little note.
Every second Thursday, we alternate him because we have Gazdick every second Thursday, and then Gaz is with Reed's show. And when Gazdick's on Reed's show, we grab Bruce. I didn't want to bother him too much. Like I think now we could probably do weeklies with him because he loves it. So, but we'll just keep doing every 2 weeks.
Gazdick.
Builds up the anticipation. It's not
Sorry,
bad.
Gazdick, you're out.
Yeah. Sorry, Gaz. See you later. You've been bumped by Bruce. But you know, Bruce was at the game last night, and he texted me. He's like, "You guys need a goalie." So we dove into that a little bit. Like on that goal, yeah, Bouchard. I mean, first of all, not a great pinch by Nurse. He gets caught. Bouchard comes over, as Bruce Boudreau said this morning. He goes, he took a horrible angle on it. He didn't like that. And then Leonard just sort of brushes him off. And then Leonard, I watched the call on the Capitals network, and they were like, what a move. No chance for Skinner. But in Edmonton, we're like, Skinner just went down on his knees and sort of stuck his one leg out when the move was made and didn't do anything. So that sort of summarized a lot of the Oilers' season. Like, yeah, it was a grade A chance, and Bouchard should have played it better. But Skinner's got to, move where the puck's going. It's a frustrating. Well, like we had to have some fun this morning because you can only sit here so many mornings in a row being like, oh, how'd they give up 5 last night or 7 or whatever it is. Like and then against Buffalo on Monday, because you weren't on, I guess we chatted about that one, right? That was Monday. But against Buffalo, like they gave up more than twice as many high danger scoring chances as the Sabres, for goodness sake. So I know they've had slow starts before, man, but this one feels a little bit different right now. If I was an Oilers fan, I'd be slightly concerned about where this is headed.
Listen, you lose a game like that, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what the big guys have to say after the game. And they're talking to some Czech guy that I've never heard of before.
Yeah, Tomaszek scored his second goal. Like,
where's McDavid at? Like, well, what's his like? Do we have a vibe check on the franchise?
I'm trying to think when the last time was he spoke. I mean, I didn't like it after the Colorado game when they got blown out. I thought one of the leaders should have stepped up and chatted that night, and they didn't.
Big time.
Yeah, and that sort of lost me at that moment. So I haven't really been paying attention too much to who is on every single post game, but I know yesterday we played Knoblochs this morning, and it just doesn't look like he has much of a pulse. And I think sometimes that can really benefit you when you're kind of cruising along and you have a hiccup here or there. But at some point, I was listening to Matt Cassian yesterday, one of these days, talking about, I was driving you. It must have been, maybe it was last night. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And Cass was basically saying, Knobloch's really good at the old, compliment sandwich where say something nice, then say something critical, then wrap it up with something nice again. But these guys are getting paid $9.5 million, $10.5 million. If their feelings get hurt because their coach says that he's frustrated with them in a post game, then I don't care. Like, it's okay to be fired up and be a little critical of your team. And Bruce Boudreau said this morning, he goes, a lot of teams sort of take on the personality of their coach. And right now, when I watch the Edmonton Oilers play, they very much remind me of Chris Knobloch in his post-game conversations.
The problem with the Oilers is that this is a pattern. I mean, they just do this. I mean, like you listened to him last night. I'm sure if we rewound 2 years, it's probably the exact same thing that Jay Woodcroft was probably saying. Yeah. Like, they just don't have a lot of answers. The team's way better than they're showing right now, and the record is ugly. But have you guys compared to where they are? What are they, 22 games in?
22 games in.
How does this 22 games compare to last year's 22 and the 22 the year before? The 2 years ago was a disaster. They were dead last in the league.
Yeah, 2 years ago was worse. This one, up until a couple games ago, was like slightly better than last year. But now that they've dropped a couple, I mean, the Calgary Flames have more regulation victories than the Edmonton Oilers.
Well,
what more do you need to know? Like, congratulations on your overtime points, but beat some teams in 60 minutes. 22 times they've played this year. 4 times after 60 minutes, they won hockey games. Like, there's major issues.
They have 9 wins, and 5 of them are in OT or shootouts, which to me are fake wins.
Yeah. Yeah, they're very fabricated. It's a skills competition in overtime, right? It's 3-on-3.
And again, like I've said this over and over again, I'm a fan. Like, I buy tickets. I like going to games. Like, I don't want them just to end in a tie. So, like, I'm here for 3-on-3 overtime. I'm here for the shootout if it goes in a regular season game. But it's a joke that a shootout win is worth the same as Colorado got for pumping them 9-1. And, some games are worth 2 points. Other games, more like half the league right now seems to go to overtime.
Yeah, it seems like every second game goes to overtime in the NHL right now.
We have this completely fake parity in the league of teams getting propped up by getting to OT and winning in shootout and winning in overtime. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but the Oilers might be the biggest beneficiary of that based on the fact that they've only won in 60 minutes 4 times.
Yeah.
Like, when you get to the playoffs playing better competition, they don't go to 3-on-3 after 60 minutes. I mean, you still have to find a way to win games at 5-on-5. So Tommy had him turning out though for the post game.
Post game looked wild last night, didn't it?
And again, like, I am a sicko. Like, I won't tune in all the time, but when it's really bad in any market, it's fun to hear the people freaking out and how Tom was telling a story on the Hangout today that there was some lady that was sitting there thinking that he was like a DJ.
Oh yeah, that happens all the time at Hudson's.
Making some, especially with Tom too. He kind of looks like the DJ.
Right, slick. Right, he's kind of he's dressed well. You're like, oh, can you play this at the Hudson's? So we're at a lot of Boston Pizzas. We're at both of the Hudson's locations. But when he's at the Hudson's location at the mall, they have him set up like in this one little area right by the door. So people will come in and Tommy will be in the air and they'll stand there and wait for him to like seat them and tell them where to go. And Tommy's like, no, that's not what we did. Like, just go sit somewhere. Don't worry about it. So yeah, it's kind of been a running bit for sure.
Hey, here's one other Oiler question before we get to NFL and the rest.
We'll get to this NHL slate here tonight too. It's a big one, yeah.
Tonight. So obviously the goaltending continues to be. Oh, that was the other thing we were talking about, Knobloch. Before I ask you this question,
yeah,
did you see? So it was maybe it was after the 9-1 game, after one of their bad games where a bunch of goals went in, and Knobloch was asked if he or the team has lost confidence in the goaltending, and he did that long pause and then said, I don't believe so. Did you see the Overdrive guys work that quote on the program?
No, I heard they talked about it, but I didn't click on it.
It was the funniest thing. So they played the quote, and then O-Dog's laughing. He's like, that's like when you get poured out of a cab at 3 a.m. and you walk in and your wife is like, are you drunk? And long pause. I don't believe so. And they just kept on asking all these questions and then playing the Knobloch clip, the pause, and then I don't believe so. Oh my God, it was so funny. But the question is this for goaltending. Everyone wants, we need to deal in reality here right now.
Not here. There's no reality here.
Well, the reality is that you need new goalies. And I know everyone says, well, just do what Colorado did. Go trade for a couple goalies. Who are there names right now that are getting, like, Hellebuck's not available before you guys go there. Like, who are there names in the realm of possibility? Like, even guys that are backup somewhere that would be better. Is there a name or two that you're finding the chat is suggesting more and more? Do what you got to do. Give a chance to this guy. to give them some sort of a different look in the net, even if it's just one guy to come in and get the chance, play some games, and maybe take over the job.
The two names that are popping up, I'm seeing online at least, we haven't really dove into a legitimate, like, let's trade for that guy conversation on the show because, you know, a lot of it is pretty unrealistic. I think there could have to be some sort of upgrade, at least on Pickard, and bring in a body to push Skinner a bit. But the two names that one guy today kept texting in on the morning show saying hashtag Skinner for Binner, trying to get Binnington out of St. Like St. Louis has been struggling so far this year, right?
Yeah.
The other name that's popped up and a team that could go into sale mode is Nashville and UC Saros, right? So, but UC Saros is like just starting an 8-year deal and he's 31 and his play has fallen off the last couple of years. So I'm not sure.
Right now, like, his contract goes till 2033.
If you make that deal and he is what he has been the last year and a half in Nashville, that completely ruins the Connor McDavid cap era. Like your cup run era. Like you know, and I'm not saying that it's being helped right now. I'm just saying you got to be very careful if you're going to go out and do something like that. But you know, like at some point, and I've been a guy who I would say over the last couple of years, I've been one of the guys who's probably defended Skinner a little bit more. I mean, when he's god awful, I'll say he's god awful, but a lot of the time it's like, man, well, this is a backdoor tap, and they're like, well, he has to find a way. So
yeah,
their goaltending, like the goaltending is not all of the problem. Like they defend horribly right now. They don't move the puck out of their own zone as a unit, but also their goaltending isn't helping them in any fashion. You know what I mean? Like Skinner's probably won them 2 games this year where you're like, oh yeah, Skinner is probably the best Oiler in the ice. They played 22 games. He's done it twice. Pickard hasn't done it at all. And they give up a ton of grade A chances, but they also have like one of the top 3 worst high chance save percentages in the league. So there's a lot of other issues here. I'm not sure just getting a goalie all of a sudden makes the entire team better, but I also know that these goaltenders aren't helping this team in any fashion. Like something has to be done to address it.
Jack Campbell return?
Nope. But you know what I think will happen? And we're going to talk about 2 guys and a goalie in the next hour. Like you're probably going to get a look at Ingram before you go make a trade. And he hasn't even been playing well in the American Hockey League, but at least he's a guy who has some NHL experience. Like I think on the steps of, what are they going to do with goaltending? I would think even a unsuccessful Ingram at the American Hockey League probably gets a look before they go out and trade for somebody.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you have to lose at this point. One other guy that I would suggest that might be worth, like the cost to get him probably wouldn't be prohibitive.
Okay.
Is Alex Lyon in Buffalo. I mean, he's on a $1.5 million deal. He's got 1 more year after this. The Sabres are a train wreck. You know, he had a pretty nice run there for a while in Florida. And then I think, was he in Detroit last year?
I thought he was in Detroit. Yeah. He went Philly, then he went Carolina, then he went Florida. And then the last 2 years he was in Detroit, 904 and 896. And then in Buffalo this year in 12 games, he's got a 907. He's won 3 of his 12 games. But like, this is to me, they're at the point where is he better than Pickard and could he be better than Skinner? Yeah, maybe. Okay, then get him. You know, like that's where they probably have to be in the goaltending situation. If they go through this season and their goaltenders are both at 890 or lower and they haven't done anything to address it, you should probably fire somebody. I don't know who it is. I don't know what it is, but somebody should probably lose their job.
Well, and when he played on a good team, like if you recall, he had he went to Florida. And I think he was sort of in the A. Like that was at a time where it was going to be Spencer Knight, and it was going to be Knight was really young and Bob.
Yeah, he played 23. He played 23 games in Charlotte that year, 15 with the Panthers, and was 914 in the NHL.
Yeah, was good. And if you recall, when they started the playoffs, they started him ahead of Bob. Like game 1, they rolled out. No, we're not going with Bob. We're going with Alex Lyon. So I mean, he has played at a level that, put it this way, is better than what you guys are getting right now. So, anyways, we'll see. I'm interested in. I mean, it's kind of it makes me feel that much more fortunate being here in Winnipeg, where we have not talked about goaltending basically since Andre Pavlik left. I mean, Hellebuck had the one sort of down year. They signed Mason to come in. They gave him the first 2 starts of the year. Hellebuck went in, and that was basically the starting goalie era of Mason was 1 week. And then he's never looked back. And now has 3 Vezinas and at what, and even Eric Comrie. I mean, Eric Comrie, who a lot of people thought was a goalie that, was not NHL caliber. He's been awesome. And I think this speaks to, you can blame the goalies all you want, but good teams that play with a commitment to a legitimate defensive structure and do it well make mid goalies look good and make really good goalies great. And I think the Jets as a team probably deserve some credit with the numbers that they've had too, as good as Connor's been right now. So, well, that's a topic that probably isn't going anywhere anytime soon when we chop it up. What do you want to get to? NHL?
Well, let's whip through the NHL here, Slate, quickly put together a little 2 or 3 gamer, and then obviously one of your thoughts on the Thursday nighter, and we'll put together something for that as well. Here's your goalies in the NHL tonight. Joseph Woll start for Toronto. Jet Greaves for Columbus. Florida is at home to the Devils tonight. Bobrovsky versus Jake Allen already confirmed there. Vladar will start for the Flyers. Hofer for the St. Louis Blues. John Gibson will start for the Red Wings. Sorokin's going to go for the Islanders. Samuel Montembeault will start for Montreal. Washington is going there. It would be Lindgren, I would think. Vasilevsky listed as likely for the Lightning tonight. Should be a Pickard-Vasilevsky matchup. Spencer Knight will go for the Chicago Blackhawks. Unconfirmed on Seattle. Wedgwood will go for Colorado. The Rangers not confirmed yet. Probably Shesterkin. Vejmelka for the Mammoth. They're at home against Vegas. Nobody confirmed for Vegas. Vancouver is hosting Dallas. Nothing confirmed there. Anton Forsberg will start for the Kings. They're on the road in San Jose. And then the Senators and the Ducks later on tonight. Nobody confirmed yet. Olmark and Mrazek currently listed as the goaltenders in that game, Huss. But quickly, what do you like tonight? Well, give me a game or two that pop off the page for you here.
Can I interest you in the Columbus Blue Jackets in Toronto against the Leafs?
Whoa. Actually, they're a slight favorite.
I'm seeing a pick. I'm like, I guess what do you have, like 110?
I got a minus 112 for Columbus right now.
I mean, the Leafs are not good. The Leafs are not good right now. And I mean, it is, I guess, their 3rd game in 4 nights. I mean, they came in here to Winnipeg, and I was impressed. I mean, the Jets played one of their best 60 minutes of the entire year. They were all rolling. It was the first time the team was completely healthy, and they had their first complement. They had their full complement of forwards. And it really wasn't until the 3rd period that game got away. And it was because the Jets were really, really good that night. I mean, they had played the night before in Columbus and flown after the game, got in at like 3 a.m, and still worked their asses off. I can't help but think, the Leafs got bailed out again, OT win, fake win over the St. Louis Blues on that ridiculous play where all 3 Blues guys went to Tavares in overtime. And then that was such a nasty goal by William Nylander. Again, I kind of say it just so we can poke a little fun at the Leafs, but I would consider, although if we're betting Columbus, do you want to do them as a road favorite on the 3rd night in 4? Maybe not.
Like that just totally says where Toronto's at right now, eh? 3rd game in 4 nights on the road in Toronto. And the Blue Jackets, who aren't even having like a spectacular season. It's like the Ducks or something. No. And they're a minus 112 favorite there. That's pretty crazy to me. Let's see here. What else do we got?
They're 10-8 right now. I'll tell you what, I obviously like the Avalanche against the Rangers. Have you guys gotten into JT Miller's shift?
Wow. I saw it. We didn't spend much time on it because it's a full-blown Oilers panic in the market. But my God, did he give up on that one, didn't he?
That was the JT Miller's version of PLD's The Shift, which got him traded out of Columbus to Winnipeg. One of his final acts. Isn't that guy supposed to be like the heart and soul of a team?
He's the captain.
Oh, he's the captain. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough look.
So it's going to go one way or the other. Like, I don't know. What's a JT Miller goal tonight? JT Miller to score plus 285. I mean, in a market like New York, wearing the C to do that, I mean, he almost has to have a response. I just don't think that team's very good right now.
That's the thing. I don't think they're very good. They're in Colorado tonight.
Yeah. So, I mean, I look at that and I look at the puck line.
Yeah.
For the Colorado Avalanche. They're beating the hell out of everybody right now. We'll stay away from this Oiler Lightning game, but Tampa at plus 164. I think there'll be some people moving on that one. St. Louis and Philly. St. Louis is not in a good spot, but Philly, it's funny. They're last in the Metropolitan Division. They've only played 18 games though, but they're 3 games above 500. They're like plus 3 from the wins and regulation losses. They've lost 1. They're 5-3-2. Actually, I don't mind Philadelphia.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say Philadelphia minus 132 at home against the St. Louis team that's kind of sort of lost right now. I don't hate that one. I'm just looking at it here. Philadelphia and Colorado's plus 157. What's one more game we could throw in there? We got the Habs at minus 137 at home against Washington. Montembeault starting there. I don't even hate the Capitals in that game. Montreal's been struggling.
Washington did play last night at home, and they're traveling. Like they would have got in.
Yeah, they would have had to travel. Yeah, that's not ideal. But the Habs have. I mean, I think Habs only have 5 regulation wins either. They had some overtime magic earlier in the year, right? And kind of put them in a pretty good spot. Chicago's minus 116 at home against Seattle. Spencer Knight will start tonight. He's 7-3-3 on the year. He's been outstanding. I've
got some time for that.
Yeah.
I've got some time for the Blackhawks. I mean, Blackhawks are getting their wins against these, mid teams.
They're a playoff team right now. Chicago's in a playoff spot right now if it started today. Like if we put Chicago in here with Spencer Knight in net, Spencer Knight's got a 924 right now behind the Blackhawks who, yeah, they're playing well, but I think he's Bedard's been outstanding, but Spencer Knight's driving a lot of that success right now. If we threw that in there, if we just went Avs against this Rangers squad at minus 217, Flyers minus 132, Chicago minus 116, that'd be plus 378.
What happens if we have Colorado by 2?
All right. Well, that's going to bump it up big time. Plus 591. You want to fade the Rangers that hard? I got time for it. Your captain's giving up on you.
Like, listen, even if he comes back and has this great game, they're going up against a team that's lost in reg once this year. They're on a 6-game winning streak. They've won by 3, won by 3, won by 3, won by 1, won by 8. I think you know what game that is.
What was that game?
And won by.
All right, let's do it then. This will be like a 6-1. Well, this will be a 6-1 number. I like this. Okay, I'll send that off. Let's go that. We'll throw in that. We'll make it Avs minus 1.5. And then we'll throw in the money line on the Flyers. Flyers money line and Hawks money line.
Hawks.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. I like that. That'll be good. Thursday night or Huss? 5.5. I think it was 5. It's 5.5 this morning. I don't know if it's moved. I think it's probably still 5.5. Yep, it's still 5.5. The total's 43.5. Bills on the money line. I'm looking at a number right now that's minus 233. Texans plus 193 dogs at home. Bills have been an interesting team to bet on so far this season. So 5.5, I think. Like this is a 5.5 number. No CJ Stroud, mind you. Davis Mills has worked a little bit of magic since getting an opportunity.
I like them better with Mills.
Really? Wow.
I'm glad that Stroud isn't in right now. He's just been off. The Mills Mafia is rolling right now. Hey, what's the difference in the juice from 5.5 to 6?
Let me see here. Oh, sorry, I'm on player markets. Hang on. Plus 6. You're thinking from a Texans perspective?
Yeah.
Minus 120. Which is still a number that we can swallow, right?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I guess the thing is, if we're putting it in a parlay, you pretty much need to have it on a
Oh yeah.
a number. So I think we probably have to go with the 5.5. I was just wondering, I'd looked earlier and I saw it had moved to 5.5. And then I checked it at 6, and the difference wasn't very significant. So I think if you're just going on a single bet, I don't mind the 6. But again, how often does it end up finishing on 6?
Let me see. I saw a tweet today about, saved it. Josh Allen has made 2 career road starts in Houston. The Bills have been held under 20 points in both of those starts. And both of them were losses. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, 23-20 and 2013. So yeah, they lost both of them as well. So
I like the Texans in this game. I think their defense is awesome. Short week for Buffalo to turn it around. Bills had their way with the Bucs at home. Josh Allen had that massive game, but you mentioned they've had a tough time playing this team before. And the Texans are desperate right now. I mean, they absolutely have to win. They're not going to win their division because of what the Colts have done so far this year. So, I mean, they're trying to get into a wild card spot. They look around to them. Oh, there's the Chiefs also at 5-5. There are the Ravens at 5-5. And even if the Ravens win their division, then you have to get ahead of Pittsburgh. That's 5-4 right now. So I don't rule out the Texans winning this game. And the money line's pretty good. I don't think we put that in on any sort of a parlay, but I'm definitely taking the Texans with the points. I think this is going to be a close game tonight. And I've loved what Mills has done. I mean, I think you go back to that Jacksonville game where they were down by 17 and, he bucked up, led them back into it. They won by 1. And that was a game that, it was a tough one for the Jags. Credit to them for coming back and stomping the Chargers last week the way they did. But to me, this Texans defense is definitely legit. We're not going to see the Bills put up these crazy numbers that they have been against some of those other teams. So I've got a lot of time for the Texans. Prop-wise, you know who I like? Do you have a receiving number, Dustin, on Jaden Higgins?
I do. I was just looking at Nico Collins has been really good lately too. Jaden Higgins, where is he? So his receiving yards is just 28.5, and his receptions is 2.5.
I like the over on the yardage on that one. Was putting that into the fantasy points data center, looking for some picks, and they've got him well into the 30s.
Yeah, his last 2 games, he's got targeted 7 times in each of them, and 42 yards and 55 yards. You know what I think maybe we do here? Because I like Nico Collins. The number on Nico Collins is 5.5 catches tonight. He's been targeted double digits. We could take the over on the yards on Higgins and the over on the catches for Collins. You want to do that? And then put it with the Texans plus the points?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I'll send off. Those will all pop up on the EST specials page. What's coming up on WST, buddy?
You know how sometimes in wrestling, when
what is going on here?
When they've got a new champion or whatever, and they win the belt, and then they come back and they're not going to win, but they want to have them on the show. So they have like a championship celebration where they bring in a bunch of guests and they just kind of, glaze the champ. We're going to do a Adam Lowry contract signing celebration.
Oh,
for our captain who dropped. Did you see the way they broke that last night?
It was at an event, right?
Yeah. The gala dinner last night. And Sarah Orlesky's asking Mark Chipman, the owner, about, just the importance of getting Kyle Connor re-signed. And then she's like, oh, yeah, is there any other extensions potentially coming? And he's like, oh, funny you ask, Sarah. I guess I can probably say that. And I was talking to some people behind the scenes. So they were planning on doing this. And then in the midst of it, I guess some word was maybe getting around that this was a done deal. And they were worried that, someone was going to break it. So quick call to the production guys. We're changing the format. We got to go with Mark now. So they moved it up about half an hour in the program and announced it live to everybody there. Very cool bit. If you go to the Jets Twitter, Sarah Orlesky does this amazing runway series where it's sort of behind the scenes stuff with the team. And, so all the guys were there. They announced it. He's hugging Eric Comrie. They had Neil Pionk. Neil Pionk was the social media admin for the night. So there's this video of him and he was and Pionk got to press send on the thing that sent it out. So anyways, there'll be a lot of love for Adam Lowry. And Pagnotta is going to come by. We'll talk Jets with Kevin Sawyer. You did some games with Sawyer, didn't you?
I did WHL final with Sawyer 2 years ago.
He's really turned into an awesome color guy.
And he's a great dude. Oh, but I loved him when he was on color with me. Like we'd never worked together before. A period into the game, I was like, "Oh, we're good. Like we're gonna cruise here. This is." I'd love to work more with him, man. He's great.
I'll make a point of saying hi to him.
Yes, tell him I say hi for sure. I think he likes me, so that's good.
He likes everyone. But lots of Jet stuff coming up. A little bit of CFL. I think Kyle Walters spoke for like 28 minutes. So we'll see what Remus parsed out of that for the people. When does CFL free agency start?
Oh, not for a little while. Hernan, when's free agency start? CFL. You remember from your days there?
February
1st? Is it? No, it's about. It got moved back a bit, I think, this year, they said. Yeah.
Last time it was like February 13th, 14th.
Yeah. Yeah, so mid-February, mid to late February.
Okay.
Wasn't it talk to moving it to like March 1st or something like that? Yeah. Yeah, Wannick just popped in and said there was talk about moving it till after Super Bowl, which I thought it was after Super Bowl last year, though. Oh, the egg window, yeah. So they might be shifting it all back a little bit, but not till mid-February at the earliest.
I'm already, I don't know whether it was the season, the Bombers not being in the Grey Cup, having everybody here. I'm all ready to get to next season and start talking CFL again, buddy.
I can't wait for that either, man. You have a good show, and on a Friday, I'm going to be around, man. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, CFL's over. Yeah. You're back now.
I'm back, man. That's it. Yeah, I'm excited. I will talk to you tomorrow, buddy.
Hey, tell your buddy Potsy I'll be in the lab all night. I'm bringing some winners tomorrow to the lock shop.
That's what I'm talking about. I love to see it. There you go. That's Huss and I. Big week loading in the lock shop. Check it out. Winnipeg Sports Talk's going to be coming up here right away over in the WST channel. You can text us 780-218-9999. Thank you very much for joining us. Make sure you check out our EST specials page brought to you by Play Alberta. Obviously, we've got the early bird bet on there right now. McDavid assist, booster the point, plus 126. We've got, we're going to have the hockey parlay up. I'm just going to tell them, let's call it the Lock Shop Hockey Partner Parlay. So that'll be up. And then I sent over the Texans plus 5.5, Collins over 5.5 catches, Jaden Higgins over 28.5 yards as well. So we'll continue to populate that EST specials page as we work our way through the day over at Play Alberta. Download the Play Alberta app now and use those codes EST50, EST Sports, deposit 50, get a $50 free bet as well. Two guys and a goalie coming up. Actually prepped quite a bit for this show today. Look at all this stuff I got for two guys and a goalie. Lots to discuss with Cass and Gager. Don't worry, Hernan. I'll save some of Gager for you.
Doesn't matter, man.
What? Oh, come on, man. They're not done yet.
Up, man, because
don't give up, man.
Yeah.
No, keep plowing. I love your show.
But Gager's, he comes on an hour and then there's not much we can do about it.
No, you guys have a great show. Come on. All right. Two guys and a goalie for GS Constructions coming up next. Thank you very much for watching Lock Shop. Best of luck if you're riding with us tonight, looking for 3 days in a row in that early bird bet. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Take it easy.